bougie soldier outside for 20 plus days doesn't mix. Like, I was going through. Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Bree here. I am super excited to do this video because it was requested from one of my new subscribers. Thank you guys so much for following me. I got like 17 new subscribers in like one day. So I was super pressed, super happy, super excited. So I'm going to start uploading my military videos on Mondays, and that'll be a part of the Military Monday series. And yeah, if you guys have any topics specifically that you want me to talk about, comment down below or comment on any of my other videos. Message me on Instagram, Twitter, whatever, and I will make sure that I do a video about that for you. So this video that was requested is all about advanced camp. So I'm going to be doing this in two different parts, again, because I don't want the video to be super long, but let's get started. So advanced camp is a training camp in Fort Knox, Kentucky, and advanced camp is where you go the summer before you commission. So this is for ROTC cadets only. If you're in the ROTC program, you will be required to go to advanced camp before you commission, and in advanced camp is where you're going to be graded and evaluated on your leadership capabilities as an officer. So it goes into determining like if you get active duty or not, and like what your branch is going to be when you do commission. So it's pretty important. It's pretty much all of your ROTC from your freshman to junior year is going to prepare you and train you for advanced camp. So in advanced camp, you are going to be put in platoons, and you're going to be ranked from 1 to however many is in your platoon. And you're rated against all of you. So you're going to be rated from the #1 cadet to, let's say you have 40 people in your platoon. So you're going to be rated as either the top cadet, like #1, or number 40. And this rating is what I'm talking about when I say that it influences the decision of you getting active duty or what branch you'll get when you do commission. So I just want to emphasize this because when you go to advanced camp, you need to have that mindset that, yes, you are there to, you know, meet other people, and definitely you want to make friends, build connections, but everyone also is going to have this mindset that they are competing against you to get the top spot in the platoon, basically. And, you know, I'm saying this because people in advanced camp they can be really petty and really rude because they will do anything to get that top rating. And everyone's advanced camp experience is different. For me, I did not like anyone in my platoon, but we'll get into that later. So, like I said, advanced camp is, when I went to advanced camp, it was summer 2018. So we were the last group where advanced camp was 30 days. They changed it after I went to 37 days. They changed it to 37 days, but it's still the same material. Basically, I think they just extended it because they did live grenade lanes now. We didn't do the live grenades, but we did everything else. Okay, so first things first, you are going to receive your dates that you're going and like your packing list and all that from your school. So, you know, you want to make sure that you pack everything on that list as much as possible, because all the gear that you don't have, you will have to go to CIF and you'll draw it, and then you'll have to return it back to CIF. And CIF is really annoying because, you know, when you draw something, you have to return it back, and most of the time they want it like spotless clean and all of that stuff. So if you have all the gear from your school, I definitely recommend you just grabbing everything from your school. That way you don't have to worry about returning it back to CIF at Fort Knox, because they can get really picky about how they want certain things returned back to them. So when you get your date, you're going to fly into Louisville, Kentucky airport. And once you go to baggage claim, you're going to see like tables set up, and it's going to be cadre out there in their uniform, and it's going to be people sitting at the tables, and you're going to check in. So you're going to, I think I just went up to the table and they like tagged my bags a certain way, because you're going to put your bags on a box truck and then you're going to get on a bus. So the airport is like about 45 minutes away from the base. So you're going to put all your stuff, like your duffel bag, your ruck, all of that on a truck, and then you're going to get on like a school bus and they'll bus you to the base. So when we got on base, we went to like where the barracks are that we're going to be staying at, and it was another table set up of people like checking you in, and from there that's when you'll find out like what company you're in and what platoon you're in. So we checked in there, and then after you do that, you will have a shakedown. So you'll get your gear from the truck that you loaded up at the airport. It'll follow the bus to the base. You'll grab your gear, and then the cadre from your company is going to make you take all your stuff out and like shake it down, make sure that it's no like contraband or anything that you're bringing to the base, and they're gonna like go over the checklist of everything that you should have, and they like marked little things that we didn't have. So like if you didn't have a pair of gloves, or like if you didn't have knee pads or something, they'll mark that out, and then you have to put all your stuff back into your duffel bag and your ruck and all that, and then you will wait for everyone to be done their shakedown, and then that's when we found out where we were staying at, like our room assignments for the barracks. So we got our barracks assignment, and certain people were already there before the report date for advanced camp. So let's just say some people like went to airborne school or air assault school and they got finished early, then they would come to advanced camp. So those people that were already there, for the most part, they got the first leadership positions because they were already there. So leadership positions, you're going to be graded on your leadership capability as a PL, PSG, and a squad leader. And you're going to be one of these three positions probably about twice or three times throughout the whole time you're at camp. So the PL and the PSG was already chosen when we got there because they were coming from, I think, like airborne school or something. So they were already at Fort Knox waiting for the start date of advanced camp. So they were already chosen, and then it rotates each day. So, and all of that is determined by your cadre. So they're going to pick who's the PL, the PSG, and the squad leaders each day, and then you'll know. And when you're in these positions, this is the main positions that you're going to be evaluated on through camp. So everybody's going to receive an evaluation. It's like a blue card that the cadre fills out. Okay, so when you're getting evaluated, it's going to be by different categories. So it's going to be like most qualified, it's going to be like highly qualified, proficient, capable, and I think like doesn't meet standard or something like that. So you want to make sure that you get a highly qualified, a proficient, or even a capable for any of your leadership positions throughout your whole time there. And like I said, that does change daily. So you don't know, it's not like a certain schedule that they tell you when you're going to be this and what you're going to be doing for this. It's pretty much random. So while you're not in the field, your leadership position is basically going to be, you know, gathering the platoon and making sure that you put out the right information that the cadre is giving you, and, you know, make sure that you know your cadences and all of that, because you will be required to like march them to and from places on base. So you're going to be required to like march the platoon to different places on the base, and they want you to recite cadences while we're marching to, you know, boost morale and all of that. So make sure that you're comfortable with calling cadences. So that's pretty much what you do when you're in a leadership position and you're not in the field. When you are in the field, those positions are going to be based off of the missions. So, you know, if you're a platoon leader or a PSG, then you're going to be graded on what those roles do during a mission. So like planning the mission, op orders, all of that stuff is what you're going to be graded on. So cell phones. Each company is different. My company, they did not take our cell phones, but I know other people's companies, they did take their cell phones. They take your cell phone usually, I think like after day 5, we started sleeping in the field. So after you leave the barracks, you're going to put all of your stuff in like a bee bag, and then you're going to store that in these Connaxes that they have, and you're just going to be living out of your ruck for like, we were in the field for like 21 days. So yeah, I think it was like after day 5 or day 6, we left the barracks and we didn't come back to the barracks to sleep until like 21 days later. So usually when you leave out of the barracks, that's when they'll take your phone. But like I said, our company didn't take our phone. They just, you know, made us be responsible and don't be on your phone while you're out in the field and doing training and all of that stuff. But like I said, most people did get their phone taken away. I just got lucky, I guess. So also, I wouldn't recommend like bringing a fancy like Apple Watch or anything, because you're going to be out in the field for like 21 days, or probably longer than 21 days now that they changed it. So, because you're going to be outside in the field, and you know, you're going to be getting rained on, and it's just, I wouldn't recommend bringing that. Also, so the first 5 days you're in the barracks, you're doing like height and weight. This is back when we still had to take the APFT. So we did height and weight, then we took the APFT on like the 3rd day, I think, and then that's when we started packing our stuff to go to the field. Okay, so when you first arrive in the barracks, you're going to be doing your PT test. You're only going to be in the barracks for like 5 days, and in those 5 days you're going to be doing you're going to go through medical and processing, you're going to do your PT test, you're going to take your analysis, and you're going to do like a fire drill. And then after that, you are going to be in the field for like 20 plus days straight, just in the field, thugging it out. So just in the field, embracing all the suck. So just mentally prepare yourself for that as well, because I was like really having a fit about it. Bougie soldier outside for 20 plus days doesn't mix. Like, I was going through it. But so like I always say though, if I can do it, you guys can do it. You can do it 10 times better, because you are watching this video and you're gonna know what to expect now. Okay, so the events that's required to graduate advanced camp is going to be the written land nav test, the call for fire, the practical land nav test, the PT test. You have to rappel from a 60-foot tower, the TCCC class, and the 12-mile ruck. So for the written land nav test, you are going to take that like the first or second day in the barracks. You're going to go to like a classroom, and in the written land nav test, it's like, you know, testing, it's all multiple choice. I think it's like 20 questions, and it's asking you like, out of these pictures, which one is a depression or which one is a valley. It's asking you like pretty much like how to calculate this distance from this distance, but it's like written out in words. So you have to pass that, and all of these things, if you don't pass them with the first time, you get a second try to do it. And if you're still a no-go on the second try, then you got recycled. But this is when I went in 2018. I don't think they recycle people anymore, because literally everyone was getting recycled. Like, everyone was getting recycled. Like, every time you blink, somebody was getting recycled. So then you have to call for fire. This is like in a building, and you go there. You have like a mini class, and they teach you how to call for fire, and then it's like simulated on a screen, and you have to call for fire and make sure that you have the right location and all that stuff. And if you're no-go on that, a lot of people failed the call for fire test and got recycled for it, which was crazy because the call for fire test was like 2 seconds, and people were failing it and they were recycling them for a 2-second test. The PT test, I think you get 3 chances to take the PT test. So you take it like the 2nd or 3rd day you're there, and then the retake was like sometime in the middle of camp, and then if you still failed it, then you retook it again like the end of camp when you get back to the barracks. The rappel tower, I am terrified of heights. Like, I don't like heights at all. And so I did the rappel tower. You have to rappel off of a wall, and it's also one without the wall. I think I have a picture. Hopefully I can find it and I'll insert it, because it's crazy. Like, if you're scared of heights, it's like really crazy. So when I had to rappel off the wall, apparently I didn't do it right, and they kept making me redo it. Like, they made me redo it like 4 times, and I was like terrified each time. It was crazy. The TCCC class is Tactical Combat Casualty Care. So you're going to have a class outside, and the cadre is going to teach you how to like apply a tourniquet and do stuff like that. And then you have to take the practical test for it. You're going to be like applying a tourniquet to a battle buddy, or like wrapping or like dressing a wound if they were to get like shot or something and you guys were in combat. You have to prove that you know how to do that. And then the 12-mile ruck is at the end of camp. It's like the last thing that you do when you get back to the barracks from being out in the field. You have to have a 35-pound ruck. They do weigh it at the end of your ruck. So wake up super early, you do the ruck, and I think you have to do it within 4 hours. It was a release ruck for us, but I think after my regiment went, they changed it to a group ruck. But ours was released, and we had to be back before 4 hours. And once you got across the finish line, they took your ruck and weighed it. And if it wasn't 35 pounds or heavier, then they didn't count your ruck at all, and you basically failed it. So make sure that the day before when we packed our rucks, they let us weigh it to make sure. So make sure that it is 35 pounds, because they do weigh it at the end of your ruck, and you don't want to go through all of that and not have your ruck counted. Like, you will be so pissed. But yeah, the 12-mile ruck is literally the last thing that you do, and then after that, you get ready for graduation. I totally forgot about this, but you do have to go through the gas chamber as well in advanced camp. That was my 2nd time going through the gas chamber, so I already knew what to expect. My 1st time was the summer before when I went to basic camp, and that was hilarious. Like, I'm going to do a video about my experience in basic camp as well. But yeah, just expect to go through the gas chamber too. So yeah, I'm going to wrap this video up for part 1. In part 2, I'll be talking about the team building exercises you have to do, the ruck marches, and more in detail of what we did in the field for 21 days. And then I'll just talk about, like, you know, the evaluation process and graduation. Don't forget to comment any questions you guys have down below, or if you want me to talk about a certain topic relating to the military down below. Subscribe to this channel for more military related videos, and I will see you guys in part 2. Bye.